Hello, I'm discussing about critical pedagogy method. The goal of critical pedagogy is to instill in students the ability to critically analyze and challenge the knowledge they are taught. When students come across a dominant historical narrative in a textbook, for instance, they ought to be encouraged to study alternate narratives and undertake their own research rather than simply accepting the facts. What is the critical pedagogy? Critical pedagogy is teaching approach which attempts to help students question and challenge domination and the beliefs and practice that dominate them. It tries to help students become critically conscious. Critical pedagogy, personal development, teaching for transformation, addressing the inequality. How to critically conscious? According to Asa, a soul student can be critically conscious by thinking, reading, writing, and speaking while going beneath the surface, meaning a student go beyond myths, clicks, received wisdom, and mere opinions. A student must go beyond the myths, clicks, received wisdom, and mere opinions. The student must go beyond the myths, clicks, received wisdom, and mere opinions. How to critically conscious? Most important, student must understand the deep meaning, root cause, social context, and personal consequences of any action, event, object, process, organization, experience, text, subject matter, policy, mass media, or discourse. Principle of critical pedagogy. Education produces political subjectives. Ethics is central to education. Need to understand difference in identity information. Need to understand how different types of knowledge are given priority in schools, campus. Most includes a vision of a better world. Teachers should be transformative intellectuals. Students need a critically conscious voice. Some key objectives of critical pedagogy to include the excluded in the education, to allow students to gain the necessary social skills to allow them to actively participate in the transform and inclusive democratic community, to identify the source of power, recognize your own position in relation to power, and understand the political nature of what you learn in can develop on your social actions. To give power to those who have been excluded from empowered the right. To develop ability to have the input in civic life. Components of critical pedagogy. In the banking concept of education. Students are empty vessels to be filled by the teachers. Follow the oppressive attitudes and practice. The students should not be viewed as an empty account to be filled in by the teacher. Teachers should know the students have life experience and their own knowledge that is in the shaping their education and learning. Good schools do not blame students for their failures or strip students of knowledge by bringing to the classroom. Developing the culture of science in learning, or characteristics of oppressed people in colonial countries or society who do not have the voice in their society should be permitted. The indigenous culture should be promoted. Dialogical methods, abandoned lectures, open communication among teacher and students, all teach and all learn. A teacher who learn, a learner who teaches. Humanization. The vocation of each individual is to become more fully human, configures as a emancipation from the oppression, elevation of poverty. Liberty education. Critical pedagogy raises the students' conscious, preparing them to engage in large social struggle for liberation. Conscientization. Learning to perceive social, political, and economic contradictions. Developing a critical awareness, individual can take action against the oppressive elements. Praxis. Praxis in pedagogy of the oppressed, reflection and action upon the world in order to transform it. Through praxis, oppressed peoples can acquire a critical awareness of their own condition and with their allies struggle for liberation. Characteristics of critical pedagogy. The following are lists of goals and the methods and critical pedagogy tries to bring to education. The objectives of this pedagogy methods education is to empower students and help them themselves. The aim is to liberate students from the oppression. Anti-colonial education, value of indigenous knowledge, awareness of their political nature of education, justice and equality in education, lessen the human suffering in the banking system of education, promote the emancipation of intellectual growth. What is the oppression? We use this word great deal in the study 20th century. What does the oppression really mean? Research definition of oppression on the internet, some internets, how do these definitions compare and contrast with your own? Name group people have studied that you feel and oppress. What oppress these people? Who oppress them? One of the key objectives of the critical pedagogy is to allow the student to gain the necessary social skills to allow them to actively participate in a transformed and inclusive democratic community. When you can identify the source of power, recognize your own position in relation to power and understand the political nature of what you learn, you can develop your own social actions. Critical pedagogy seeks to give those who have been excluded from the power and right and ability to have an input in the civic life. Some advantage: reduction of stress and anxiety, stimulates introduction, reduces monotonous lesson, promote teamwork, creates a conducive environment for increased learning and retention of the knowledge, enhance motivation, promotes relax in the learning environment, aids entertainment. There are some disadvantages and limitations of critical pedagogy. The ideology of the teachers often control of the teaching. This method does not directly address race, ethnicity, gender, and orders such as bias. All of the content cannot be taught by using this method. It is mostly applicable in social science. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the patience that is now. Bye-bye. See you.